Hi, this is Yash. Will semen retention heal trauma? Yeah, of course. You know it will, but you just want confirmation. I understand, so I'm giving it to you. When we, this whole PMO is a major escape. It's a major escape from unresolved issues, from uncomfortable, like energetic stuff that's rolling around, from that makes the nervous system tense, that causes anxiety, that can also cause depression. They're polar opposites, the same thing. Anxiety and depression, it's you can say there's some imbalance neurologically, and that causes a unwellness, the same as trauma. Stuff that we're not aware of, but we feel it. We feel the consequences of it. And it usually manifests, well, it manifests actually in all three bodies, physical, emotional, mental, but we feel it the most, can feel it in all three bodies too. But we definitely feel it emotionally. There might be a predominance in emotion when there's unresolved stuff going on inside. Because it just makes us, something's always like not right. You know, you ever had that feeling? Everything maybe externally seems to be going right. Even your body can be working really good, but like something's like not right. It's like there's still some edge. We're like, okay, what's next? You know, what's next? And if we can contemplate that, it's because we're projecting. So we don't know we're doing it, a lot of us. We project into the future because we're looking for something to make us feel better than we're feeling now. So does that mean we have suppressed trauma? It can be a part of it, but not necessarily. It can also be, you know what the bottom line is? If we really take ourselves to be this human machine, we're always going to be a little restless and unsatisfied. We'll have moments and peaks where we feel really good if we got some desire met that we've always wanted to experience, or got a relationship, you know, we're in the honeymoon stage, so it feels really good. Got the new job, the new car. Yeah, I got it now. So that feels good. But you know, it only feels good because the mind's quiet because it got its projection met, until it'll come up with a new mission, a new desire. And then all of a sudden restlessness will come back. So it can be that too. But let's talk about trauma. Trauma, what's trauma? It's not always like, oh, my mom or dad did something to me. It can be, look, this whole life is trauma. Like, have you realized that yet? Living at this time and age in this very limited physical body, it's just very traumatic from the get-go. From coming out of the womb, birth is traumatic. You know, these babies, they're like, what did I just, do? Like, God, can I go back? And so they cry. So, I can't talk the stereotypical psychology 101 trauma of like, my mom didn't pay attention to me, and so now there's a deficit of female energy, and I'm not getting that energy because I need it and want it so much, so therefore I can't attract a good girl because they can smell it, like this need, and they don't want to be around that, so therefore then I'll turn to PMO, and so can you say, well, I'm using the PMO as a way to escape this trauma? Yeah, but the thing you got to be careful of, there's always something. Like there's so many people I meet that they're obsessed, they're like addicted to trying to fix stuff and heal stuff. If there's something that needs to be looked at, okay, this is what I want to say now. I can feel it. If there's something that needs to be looked at and worked through, guess what? If you're doing semen retention, that stuff's going to work. It's going to work itself out. It's going to come up. You're going to have some awareness of it. And also, if you need a therapist or you need some guide to help you, intuition will be activated more now, right? Because you're more balanced, because you're doing semen retention. And to do semen retention, you need to have somewhat of a balanced life and lifestyle habits and stuff. You got to have the whole good positive package. That comes naturally too. So you're going to be balanced, and so you're going to have more consciousness, more sharpness of mind. So then when some feelings come up, you'll be able to look at it and see, whoa, you know, I see what's going on here. Like I'm trying to escape. Like there's some trauma here, and you don't need to, you know, some trauma. Like I have some deep insecurity. I'm like afraid of people. I'm afraid to talk to people. Maybe what do they think of, you know, I'm worried what they think of me when I talk. I'm worried that I'm less than people. I don't have confidence, you know. I'm scared of women. I'm scared of guys. Whatever. You don't have to trace that back and say, okay, I got to figure out now, what did my dad do? So I know like why I'm afraid of guys. Or what did my mom do to make me afraid of women? That's not necessary. That's a trap sometimes. If there's something to be looked at, you'll look at it. It feels like this is more psychology video than semen retention, but what to do? When we're doing the semen retention, see, the things that you need to look at, they're going to come up and you're going to look at it. It's like that. And then if you need some help looking at it, intuition is going to say, hey man, get some help. Because you might, this is worth looking at, and you don't have the sharpness and clarity of mind to really look at what needs to be looked at. So get some help to look at it, and because you can feel there's some freedom in this looking and understanding, and so that'll happen. There's some things you don't need any help with. You'll just blow through it. You know, it'll just come up, it'll burn up. So what I'm trying to say is don't get obsessed with trying to figure stuff out on a human psychology level. This is what I'm trying to say. Because now, you know, like tracing it back all the way, like we gotta figure it all out. Rebirthing, you know? Okay, so you figure it out, like now, okay, the I have parent issues. And they did stuff, and okay, I remember what they did, but that didn't really resolve it. I still feel imbalanced. So then the mind says rebirthing. You need to do that. Figure out what happened in the womb. Yeah, there was some trauma in the womb. If you figure that out, then it'll dissolve. Yeah, okay, rebirthing. Oh man, it's still there. Like I'm not past life regression. I got to figure out what happened in my previous lives. If I figure that out, then I can be at peace, because I'll figure it out. I'll see, oh man, there was 2 lifetimes ago. And then you can find these people who say they can read the Asheric records, and yeah, I'm going to tell you what happened. And you know, when you were in a female body 2 lifetimes ago, and you got raped, and now you've carried that with you to the womb, and that caused trauma in the womb, and now you brought that with you into the physical plane, and you've attracted parents that mimic that somehow because of karmic law, and then they perpetuate it, and this is why I'm all messed up. And now that I know that, I'm not messed up anymore. It don't work like that. And then what? If that don't work, you got to go back to animal kingdom. Maybe when I was a tiger, I bit a buffalo in its ass, and so now there's karmic retribution for that, right? Now now I'm suffering the karma for that. You know, so see, this is a big mind trap. I hope you got that from that illustration, because people do that. I'm blowing it out of proportion a little bit for illustrative purposes, but I think you got the point. Don't trip on that stuff so much. Do your semen retention. You see, when you're doing semen retention, it's deep. You're working on deep level. Semen retention is no joke. You're doing big league stuff here. This isn't, you're not just, you know, quitting some habit. This is beyond habit. You're transcending a biological function, a deep software program. The second strongest software program next to self-preservation program. Self-preservation means we want to stay alive, like no matter what, you know, we're going to fight to stay alive. That instinct is very strong. Well, the sexual instinct is second. So we're talking about transcending that. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about just like, okay, I'm gonna maybe at first we think the mind, it's like God uses this to bait us. We're like, yeah, I want to practice semen retention so then I can get more more juice, more flow, more vibrant. Then I get the girls. Then I get the money. Then I get the power. Scarface. Something in that order. So that might get us at the beginning, but then you're gonna find out, like, if we're really doing semen retention, particularly edging, if we throw that in the mix, you got no choice but to grow spiritually, which is the main purpose in life. You can't have material goals to be your main focus and succeed in semen retention. There's nothing you can do about it, though, for a little while. That will burn itself out. I'm just talking. I'm just saying. I'm saying what the stages are. Those who are kind of already aware of that, maybe that helps that I said that. Maybe that inspires something. Maybe that will accelerate this evolutionary process. That's probably why I'm saying it. But you can't miss with semen retention. This is the strongest tool. This is the strongest earthbound tool. That's why I make videos on it. That's why I don't just make spiritual videos. Otherwise, I just have my spiritual channel and that's it. But the semen retention calls me. It's somehow I have to make videos on that because I know personally what a big deal that is and how that fuels the whole spiritual journey. And I like the audience on semen retention. I like the people that are more real. I was going to start a channel on raw foods and stuff like that, but I don't really like the audience. It's not I dislike them. I'm just saying the realness isn't the same as the audience I get here on the semen retention channel. And I already have 3 channels. I mean, this is too much anyway. So good. I'm glad I don't want to make the diet raw food channel because people are too stuck in concepts. What's best and there is no best, Intuitively, you'll figure out what to eat. That's it. But the semen retention, there's been awakened beings who have had all kinds of different diets. They've been breatharian, they've eaten meat, some drink alcohol, some smoke ganja, some fruitarian, just fruit and nuts, some vegan, some vegetarian, they're all across the board. There's no like this is what you got to do to wake up spiritually, because the God consciousness demonstrates there's just all different ways you can do it. But guaranteed, these masters don't do PMO. You see, so semen retention is it's more of a tangible thing that I can spread across the whole board and say, look, anybody that does this is going to benefit. You're going to grow. That's why I make these videos, and that's why you watch them, because something in you knows that. All right, I'm going to go. Have a good day.